are getting very real for our 4 remaining celebs, and no one knows this better than their nearest and dearest. So when we asked if they'd like to come and show their support, the answer was unanimous. Yes. We'll be catching up with them later in the show. But before all that, at the weekend, Chris and Dianne brought a smile to our face with the Charleston and tears to our eyes with their Viennese waltz. Here's a reminder of how a duo with the team name Winning Isn't Everything managed to earn themselves a spot in the Strictly Come Dancing final.
You're smiling, you're smiling.
It was slightly under-energized. There is no top that you can go over in this dance. You have to be outrageous.
I just love that you put all these funny gags in the dance that actually really work every time.
It wasn't perfect, but it was pretty close. I loved it.
So close, no matter how far.
Very smooth in moving through the dance floor and just being in your own world. And it's just beautiful to see from the outside.
When she went between your legs, it was seamless. Up she went, you picked her up on the other side. It was just stunning.
My pen went down. Magical, darling. Emotional.
What a weekend for Chris and Dianne. And congratulations, you are now Strictly finalists! On Sunday's show, you both yelped with delight when you were announced through to the final. Chris, in the Clauditorium, you admitted that you could barely talk after getting the news. Have you now found the words to describe what it feels like to be a finalist?
No. Do you know what? I haven't really truly recovered. It's been an emotional few days this week, and it's been... I feel just worn down. My resilience has been worn down, and I kind of... I fell apart a bit on Saturday. I haven't fully recovered, and then we've been, you know, training this week, and I've had a few wobbles, haven't I?
You have emotional wobbles.
Yeah, it's incredible, you know. Yeah. But I'm still feeling quite emotional.
Well, we've got tissues ready. Don't you worry if it happens again. But Dianne, many would say that Chris was going to be out of the competition quite quickly. Tell us what it means to have Chris turn something that could be considered a weakness into actually a strength.
Yeah, I mean, this is incredible. I had lots of messages tell me that we would probably have a pretty quick season, but we showed people that there's so much more that is possible than what people actually think. And that is, it's a real nice feeling, isn't it, Chris, to show that we can do more than what they think that we can.
Man, what
you think, because we honestly thought it as well, to be honest, at the start.
Yeah.
I had doubts in my mind, even if I could teach Chris how to do this. You know, I was really scared. I really was. But Chris taught me very soon about being scared, and that being scared is okay, and that just to give it a go, and you never know, it might work out.
Well,
it certainly did.
It certainly did.
And getting to show 5 was a pipe dream.
Yeah.
And that would have been a success.
Yeah.
Well, you've done better than that. You're in the final.
Yeah.
But we need to talk first about the semi-final, because you had a very good semi-final. Your first dance was the Charleston. Chris, as a comedian, how ready were you to kind of fully embrace that goofy side of yourself in the Charleston?
Yeah, do you know, I loved it. The thing I loved about the Charleston was that it was on. We were doing it as the first of 2 dances with the Viennese waltz.
Yeah.
And the contrast, I don't think could have been more perfect. Mm-hmm. And you know, it was sold to me, the Charleston, as you know, the least technical of the dances. You know, you can use your personality, you can oversell it, you can really get into that goofiness, and I'm really proud of what we've done. I thought it was it felt great, you know. I mean, I can't go back and watch them, can I? But it felt great in the moment.
Yeah, it was amazing. And Dianne Shirley applauded your synchronization. She noted just how Chris was so aware of you throughout the whole dance as well. How did you work on that in training throughout the week?
Oh, I think this is all down to Chris's musicality. He's so great at hearing music that that is his strength, and that's what we play to. But also, like, creating shapes and things like that, I also look at Chris, you know, and sometimes what shape he will create, I will also create, so that we can match better in that way. But yeah, I think musicality is our biggest thing there.
Yeah, and the
We
judges
work on
mention
that.
it a lot. 'Cause
Yeah.
they definitely
Craig
catch on.
did say that it needed more energy, but I would like to say to Craig that if I gave that any more energy, I would have left in an ambulance before the Viennese waltz. So...
Well, there you go. Hopefully he's watching. And Chris, when describing your next dance, you put it so well on the Clauditorium because you went from an energetic comedy to something that was just simply beautiful with the Viennese waltz. How did you know, though, before you even started the series, that this specific Metallica ballad would work so well with the Spinny Wizzy number, as you said yourself?
Yeah, so like, I mean, I said we're going to do something that I hope will be beautiful because I felt that it could if we nailed it. And when you start on the show, they ask you for a list of songs that you like, and I wrote little comments under all of them, and just that this song, you know, I just thought it would be beautiful to dance to, and I don't know a lot about the dances, but I could imagine spinning round on the dance floor, and I didn't even know it was called what's it called?
Viennese waltz.
I only said Viennese whirl. I didn't know.
Viennese whirl. I like that version more.
So even now we've done it, I still can't get the names right. But yeah, it just felt like that's what it would suit, and there we were in the semi-final,
Well,
and it did suit it.
And your feeling was right, because it definitely was a Viennese whirly. All right, let's focus now on the final. You are literally just 3 dances away from completing your Strictly experience. And the dance that you've chosen as your favorite was your Week 5 waltz. It was a beautiful waltz. But Chris, all 4 of the judges had a moment watching you do that waltz. But what made you want to pick it as your favorite?
I think that it meant a lot to do it. It was really emotional. I loved getting to represent my city doing the song, and I loved getting to do it with Tommy. And it felt beautiful to do it. I mean, the Viennese waltz felt beautiful to do, but, you know, that was only last week, wasn't it, as well? But this one, you know, it was a good while ago, and so it would be lovely to go back with all of these things I've learned over the last 2 months, you know, and since then, and see if I can improve on that posture. We got 35. That was really good for us in in show 5.
Yeah.
So, you know, but if we can improve that a little bit.
And what are you doing to improve that, Dianne, to try and get it up?
Well, like Chris just said, he's learned so much in the ballroom. He's learned a lot more about his posture. He feels so much more confident in his posture now that is instantly better.
Yeah.
Legs are stronger.
Legs are stronger,
Yeah.
rise and fall. It's just so much more controlled. I watched it back and I watched the video of what we've been able to achieve just this week, and it almost sent me to tears because it's improved so much since then, and it's incredible to see this improvement, honestly.
Well, the judges have picked now for their favorite, your couple's choice from Week 8. How are you both feeling about the opportunity to perform that one again? Because I know that one was quite special for the 2 of you.
Yeah.
It was, yeah. You were ill.
I wasn't very well
She
that
hadn't
night.
slept the night before. She hadn't eaten in over a day, and she was known to expel from either end. So we were lucky to get through it without some kind of and we were wearing white. It could have been a disaster.
It could have been a disaster.
So we didn't fully. No, we got a 33, right?
Yeah.
It was. I think the moment we had in it with the blackout was amazing.
Yes.
It was received so well. The message the song sent out was really beautiful, I think, what the song says. And I think that we can do better.
Yeah.
So it's nice that they acknowledge that, and that we weren't fully able to enjoy the moment on the day, were we, in as much as we would have liked to.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, there was a couple of things happening, I guess, with Dianne.
Yeah.
that luckily, let's just say, didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
No, well, that spin out of the dark could have been a sprinkler system. So...
Right, but let's go on. We're going to swiftly move on from that. Let's talk now about the show dance, because this is a new one. This is all new, and you're going to be dancing to this. That's the New Radicals 1998
Oh, you're
hit.
such a
You get
professional,
what you
Jeanette.
give. I'm trying to be, Chris. I'm trying to be. I've got an image of Dianne floating around in the air with... Anyway. But you're collaborating with Nikki Trow on this one, Dianne.
Yes.
Tease us, what can we look forward to on the show dance?
Yes, Nikki and Jake. It's Chris's best hits, I say. He absolutely loves his ballroom, and we've put pretty much every ballroom dance that you can imagine into this one dance. So it starts with a foxtrot, it goes to a quick step, it then goes to tango, it then goes to Viennese waltz. So this is where Chris feels he's most confident, and I wanted this dance to for Chris to enjoy it and not have to think too much. I just want him to have joy, enjoy the moment. He's done all the hard work up until this point. I want the people at home to clap along with us and smile from ear to ear, and I think we're achieving that in this dance for sure.
It's going to be a party.
So you're going to give us a party on a platter of ballroom.
On a platter of ballroom, exactly.
Well, listen, good luck, finalists. Have an amazing weekend. We will see you, though, here on Friday for our hour-long special, so can't wait for that. But for now, let's hear it for Chris and Dianne.